Sheridan. Hello, my name is Scott Thomas, and for those of you who don't know me, sometimes I am known as the funny guy in the room. So when the time came around to plan this very special event, I was promptly told by Mrs. Tucker and Mrs. Stanger, the organizers, that my speech would be funny but serious, and that I would set the tone for the rest of the night. Because if even Scott Thomas can be serious, anyone can. No pressure, right? I'd like to start by taking you back to 2015. This was a strange time. All of those that sit in front of you were just freshmen. Left Shark from Katy Perry's halftime show was taking over the world, and the internet had been flung into chaos by a dress that nobody could seem to determine the color of. We were currently in the middle of the track season, and at the Anderson High School meet, there was a special event, the steeplechase. I quickly came to find out that nobody from Madeira had ever run this. And at this point, I decided that I, a 110-pound freshman, would become school record holder. By default. Ahead of me was a great challenge. 7.5 laps of hurdles, 7.5 laps of hurdles, just about as tall as I was, one with water waiting for me behind it. Once I had organized a rowdy cheering section, complete with cowbells and signs, I was ready. After about 3 laps of this race, I realized that I had an issue. Both of my spikes had become untied in the process of tearing up the race. At this point, my feet were cold, wet, and numb, as it had only been about 40 degrees that day. So I did what any reasonable person would do. I stopped a few meters before the hurdle that had water on it, and I took my shoes off. Sorry. I took my shoes off. Right there in the middle of the track, and I continued to run. All of a sudden, my cheering section had been boosted to every athlete at the track meet. I suddenly had become the most popular person at the meet. Upon finishing the race, I laid down exhausted at the finish line, only to look up to see what felt like 200 people coming and running at me. I suddenly had become, my celebrity status had been cemented. All of a sudden, I was lifted onto the shoulders of 2 completely random strangers, and I was taking pictures with people that I had never seen in my life. I felt like Vanilla Ice after the release of his hit single, Ice Ice Baby. I was a school record holder, and nobody could take that away from me. Perhaps not as legitimately as the Mary England, but nobody could take that from me. By the way, Mr. Kimling, I don't know where you are, but I'm still waiting for you to put down the record signed out by the track. One thing that I haven't mentioned is that in this race, I got last place. It was not even close. I lost by 38 seconds. However, the only things that I can remember from this are good things, and all that anybody who's there could tell you are good as well. It's human nature to always focus on the bad. This can be observed on the news every day. Segment after segment is filled with negativity, while there might be just one 30-second long feel-good story to assure you that there is still good in the world. Rather, what the news fails to show is that the world is good. This is something that the class of 2018 embodies. While sure there were some bad times for everyone in our class, as would be expected, I stand before you and the rest of my class sits before you smiling. We wouldn't be here standing so proudly at the end of this high school journey if it were not for the late night homework and study sessions, nervous breakdowns, and stressors that come with being in high school. Through the rest of this night, you will hear stories from other members of this class, stories that define who we are. As you listen to these speeches, I encourage you, as family and friends of the members of the class of 2018, to listen and to think. Think about what hardships or difficulties brought you to this point. And I encourage you to smile, as I am right before you now. Smile because you know that without these experiences, you wouldn't be who you are today, and neither would we. Thank you.